Alright guys, I'm on a bike tour in South America, and I'm using my beloved Brooks saddle, and it's very comfortable. And yeah, I have no complaints with the Brooks saddle. But then, just over a period of time, like this saddle had become a little bit loose, and it was sagging, and it was it had become very stretchy. And I was like, okay, now is the time to use the spanner that came along with the saddle to kind of tension the saddle a little bit, so that uh, it it has less sag. So when I tried to do that, I looked up the Brooks YouTube channel, the YouTube recommendation, and I tried to kind of tension the saddle. And what happened was, as you can still see it, that I tried to rotate this nut, but it was jammed and the screw was moving freely. So I would try to move this from here, and you can still see it, it is still happening. And the whole screw moves. So the net effect is zero. Like, you can do it 1,000 times and it's not gonna do you any good. Well, then I checked some more YouTube channels to see what I could do. Some suggested that I could try to hold it from this side using a plier. I tried to do that and I destroyed some thread, and that did not help. And some suggested to just jam it by inserting a rubber another spanner or something like that from the side, and then try to rotate it from here. So in theory that could have worked, but in my case my nut was just way too jammed, and that did not help either. And I just kept destroying this thread. Yeah, and I used the penetrating oil as well here, and that did not help. So then I decided to go the old school way, and I just went to one of the hardware shops nearby. I'm in South America, in Ecuador right now. So I just went to the closest hardware shop, and I purchased two of these nuts, like this one. So I purchased two of them, and I also purchased a spanner that fits on this nut. So basically my idea was to try to put two nuts from here and then jam those nuts against each other, so that this guy would be forced to move, like just the old school way. So I just put this nut here, and I was trying to get this one on the screw, but because I have destroyed the thread, so it did not go further, but at the same time it made my other bolt, this nut, the one that I was trying to get moving, so it got this nut to function. So basically what I'm saying is like this. So I was trying to get this nut on the screw, and so I was trying to tighten it from this side because this one was stuck, and then I was trying to do this, and while trying to do that, this nut became loose and it started functioning. Well, in my case, this happened because this particular thread I had destroyed, so my nut did not go too far. But actually that worked in my favor, because this nut could not go further, this nut had to move. So that released this nut. But you don't have to destroy your screw. What you should do is put one nut on, and then put another nut just behind it, and then you can hold the second nut and just keep moving this one. So these two nuts are going to jam against each other, forcing this nut to move. So this is the easiest way how you can get around fixing your saddle without destroying anything. I hope it helps, and yeah, good luck. Enjoy riding.